Hi guys, Clyde here, back again from Pixel Pro Displays. I'm out here in the workshop, and today I want to do a brief video on kind of getting yourself started with how do you figure out how to mount this inside of an enclosure. Now this enclosure, I used this in another build in the full video of doing a Baldur's Gate controller build. This controller, or this enclosure rather, it's a wonderful enclosure because it has a backer board, but sometimes a enclosure may not include a backer board. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of give you the bare bones info on how simple it can be to make your own. So first I got a couple pieces of paper, and we're gonna make templates. And if you don't know what a template is it's just a basic way for you to say, hey, what size is this? And what can I shove in there so that I can figure out how to build what I'm gonna build onto this board? Well, one way we can do this, we can take a tape measure. Now this enclosure on the inside is about 6.5 by roughly, like 10 1/4 or so. So if we come down to our piece of paper here and we go 6.5 by 10 1/4, so there's 10 1/4. If we cut the paper right along here, we can just fold it over here, right? And we don't have to cut anything actually. And then what do we say? 6.5? Well, the paper is what, 8.5 inches here. So if we go 6.5, let me fold it over at like 6.5 inches, right? So let's say right about here or so. I'm ballparking it. What's that look like? Let me get rid of the second piece. And there, it's roughly 6 there. See, that's a good ballpark. That's roughly about 6.5 inches right there. That we can create a template if we have the inside dimensions of the enclosure. And then what we need to do is we need to transfer this measurement over onto something that we can cut out. What kind of things can you use? Well, years ago, my sister worked at a company, and she knew that I built controllers, and I needed what I called a backer board. And this was a material that she got that was separated between pallets of printed Coro. She was a die cutter. And this was their scrap. This is what separated the layers of printed Coro to keep it safe when they sent and received things. This is non-conductive. It's like a PVC type material. And to me, it was free. So what did I do? I made templates out of it, and I went and I've made different enclosure inserts. But what if you don't have a sister that works at a tool and die place and has this neat little thing? Well, what you can do, and you can tell I took this directly out of my kitchen. This is a cutting board. You can get these at Walmart. They're non-conductive. They're literally, non-conductive material and reasonably thin. You can get a 4-pack of these for $10 at Walmart. And so this, quite frankly, could be converted over to this piece of substrate that you can use, and then you can cut this out with a saw, and then boom, you have yourself a backer plate. Now, the other question is you see here, so this is one of my homemade ones, right? And you can see here, this is set up for a power supply. And if I bring the power supply over here, you can see, well, how did I transfer the power supply knockouts here and put them on the board? Well, what I did was I made a template, another template, off of a piece of paper. And what I'll do is I'll take this piece of paper, let me line it up, and I know you might not be able to see all of it there, but I'm gonna line it up where the edge is on this side over here with the bottom edge, and I'm gonna grab my cutter, and I'm just gonna use my cutter here and cut right along that and rip this paper off, okay? So now I have the exact size of the bottom of this power supply. And you can use tape if you have tape. I did that in the video the other day, but you can use tape and you can mark out these individual locations. And I'll just hold this here. So you just fold the paper back and you see there's one line there, or there's one power supply mounting hole there. You can fold this back and find the other one. There you go. And as long as you keep the square on there, and let's see, long as you keep that square in there. Again, tape does help. This one's right here. Oh, you can't see it, I'm sorry. This one's right here, and over here, boom, this one right there. Okay, so now we have our template. What do? We go over to our backer board. We can get rid of these. We go over to our backer board, and then we set this down on the backer board, and then we use those holes that we've already marked out or notched out, and we cut holes or we drill holes for these things. And that's exactly how I ended up doing these backer boards. So I wanted to share this video with you. I know it might not be entirely apparent on how to set up and do your own backer board. If you have material, if you don't have material, if you have something already, how do you transfer this information? So this is just one helpful way for you guys to see, hey, this is simple. I've got a template to cut a backer out. Hey, this is simple. I've got the power supply screws. How do I mount it here? But another thing I guess I should mention really quick, and you have to also be mindful of how this backer board is going to mount inside your box. Because if you put the power supply wherever you want, you might miss your mounting locations for where you're going to mount it to in the box. Now let me show you what I mean here. This is the actual box that I used back for this old build here. And this fits in here just like this, just so you can get an idea. And here's the screws that we mount onto. And here's another screw down here in the bottom. And it's not going to slide in there because the screws are sitting there. But you get the idea. As long as those areas are clear and I can still put my components in different spots, my build's going to be super easy. All right, guys, that's everything I have for you. Have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching this short video. We will talk to you again in the next video. Take care and goodbye for now.